Hello, Kindergarten Enrichment. It's Mrs. Dow, and we are here for another guided drawing episode. It's just me today. My daughter Lauren is on a Zoom call with one of her classmates, so I figured I would just go ahead and get this done. You guys can join me on this. All right, so like you know, we always need a piece of paper. We need a pencil. We need a marker to trace over that pencil, and then we need something to color in, preferably your crayons, okay? So go ahead and make sure you have all your things. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to make sure that I have my stuff all ready. So I've got my crayons, marker, and a pencil. All right, so when you get ready, we will begin. We are going to draw a sea turtle today. In my preschool, we've been talking a lot about the ocean and the beach, so I thought this would be a fun one to draw since I've got the ocean and sea animals on the brain this week. So ready? We're going to draw the sea turtle. You're going to start with a circle, actually an oval, more of an oval, and the oval is going to go this way. All right, so draw that oval. Then you're going to add a little circle on the end on this side. Okay, that's going to be his face, and if you want to, you can sort of connect this circle to the oval, all right? And if you need to go back and erase some of your extra pencil, that's okay. The next thing you're going to add is an eye. A little oval for his eye. You can also go ahead and give him a little smile. This is his face, so let's give him a smile. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw an oval inside this bigger oval. So go ahead and do another oval. This is sort of creating his shell. All right, and then you're going to add 2 circles inside that shell. And then what I want you to do is draw some rounded curves on the inside of this shell. This is the shell design that we're creating here. All right, so if you just make some half circles along this edge, that will create a really cool shell pattern. All right, now what you're going to do, we're going to get to the arms and the legs. All right, so you're going to just come out almost like a shark fin. Okay, that's one leg. Another one back here. Okay, and then don't forget the back legs. Back legs can be a little bit smaller. Still sort of that shark fin shape. A little bit of another smaller one back there. And then his little tail, almost like a triangle on the end. All right. The other thing you can do, and we can do this when we get to our markers, but we can add some little dots, some texture. Okay, this will come through more when we're coloring and going over in marker. So you can do some dots there, and then you can also do some bubbles coming out of his mouth. Okay. So now what you should do is switch to your marker. Okay, I'm going to still use my black marker. If you feel like the need to use a different color marker, that's totally fine. Sea turtles are sometimes green. You can use a green marker, you can use a blue marker. All right, so now what I want you to do is go back over all your pencil, retrace all that in so it's nice and dark for us to go back and color. You can see I've sort of corrected a few of my pencil marks there. I just wanted him to be a little bit fuller. I'm gonna go back in, get these shapes. The nice thing about pencil is it can always be erased, and it just acts as a little guide for us when we come in with that permanent marker. Because if I were to draw this freehand with a marker, I wouldn't be able to go back and fix any of my mistakes. I'd have to probably grab a whole new piece of paper. So we love our pencil. Okay, and then once you have that all traced, it's always good to go back and erase some of that pencil that we don't need anymore. Like you can see, Mrs. Dow I really fixed a few of my lines there, so I don't want those showing anymore. Just gonna get rid of that. Kind of gets a little messy, but the end result is really nice when you can erase some of that pencil out of the way. There we go. All right. So now I'm at a point, I'm going to shake that out a little bit. Now I'm at a point now where I can pretty much take my crayons now and color him in. So I might go back and just add those little specks that I had on here. It's actually kind of fun to use dots to show texture. There's a technique in art called Pointillism. Pointillism is a pretty cool thing. You can shade and show dark and light all by using dots. The closer the dots are together, the more that shading looks. And the more spread apart they are, the lighter it looks. So if I go in and I want to add some more dark dots, it's just going to create almost like a darker color. Creates the illusion of a darker color. Do you see how that does that? Can even go around again. Look at that, see? See how that made it look even darker? Kind of squint your eyes and you can see a little bit of shading going on. All because I added a bunch of dots all together, nice and close together. How cool is that? You see that? I can even do that maybe near the shell over here too. So if I went in and something like that, and then I add a few more on this one. So the tighter they are together, the darker it's going to be. The more spread out they are, the lighter it's going to be. What do you think about that? Is that cool? Do some over on this leg. He's going to look really cool when he's all colored in because he's got some nice shading with this pointillism here that we're doing. And let me get one more done over here. Does tire out your arm a little bit. Whew, but I think we did it. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to coloring. I'm going to grab a green. It's kind of a nice seafoam green. It's a good turtle color. Last week when we did our peacock, we were doing some shading on that one too. That was fun. We still have our peacocks hanging up in our house. Lauren went and hung hers up, hung mine up. Something like that. I might go with like a little bit of a lighter color on the inside here. If you're really creative, you can add some nice sea scenes in this picture. You can add some sand at the bottom. You can add some other fish. You can add some blue water. That would be fun. I might even do a little shading on these with some of this green. It's fun to color and layer your crayon colors. I always like to see that effect happen when you blend your colors. I don't know how much you guys blend your colors, but it's kind of fun to do. Alright, now we need to get his legs colored in. Let me maybe switch to another color here. We'll do a different green. Do this lighter green here. I keep saying he, so you can make it a he or a she. You can make it whatever you want. I don't know why, I just think turtles are he's, I guess. Color in his face. I might just go back and just do a little bit more of that shading so it looks kind of darker on the inside there. A little bit here, a little blending of those colors. And one more leg. Alright, looking cute. Well, now I might just go ahead and do a little sand on the bottom. Maybe I'll take my marker real quick and just kind of give it a little bit of a ground. Something like that. And then I can go in and that sandy floor. I kind of picked an orange, but that's okay. You get the idea. Alright, there's that. Now maybe I'll just go ahead and do the ocean background. Might even be fun to just show the top here as well. Like that's the top of the ocean there. So all I have to do is color up to that point. This is the hard part sometimes, filling in all that white, huh? This is where my arm gets tired. But I always say it's just nice to complete your page and not leave a whole lot of extra white. It just looks like you put a lot of time and effort into it. Cool thing about these crayons, I can give it a little swivel when it gets low. I'm going through a lot of this blue here. Go back down here. I'm sure you guys can be really creative with this sea scene here. You can probably adding some coral or some seaweed or under the sea plants. There's all kinds of great stuff to add. under the water like that. Maybe some other friendly fish or a shark. If you guys know how to draw sharks. I think we drew a shark one time, didn't we? I think we had a shark one week when we were still in school. All right, there we go. I think I got it filled in. So there you have it. Our cute little turtle. He's great. I like him. You can give your turtle a name, hang him up on your fridge, and enjoy him for a while. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys ever want to share your results with me, I'd love to see what your pictures look like when they come out. So go ahead and post those in the comments below. But this was a fun one, so I hope you enjoyed.